Good morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, May 8th. Look at precipitation over the past 7 days on the left. Quite dry across western portions of the Great Basin. Little to no precipitation for the week. Confined mainly to the higher terrain of Utah into western Wyoming. On the right-hand side, in terms of percentage of normal, you can see 0 to 10% of normal only across most of western areas, and still, even in our areas that were wettest, they were still somewhat below normal for the week. Still, though, we're still talking about some snowfall that occurred with some of that precipitation. There's shades of blue, anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of snowfall across the highest terrain of Utah into parts of western Wyoming, and some scattered amounts across the highest peaks of central Idaho. Some more swaths of snow further north up into some of the high plains of Montana. And on the right-hand side, snow depth. There's some of that fresh snow that's right along the I-80 corridor, or just above it. But you can see existing snowpack still well above normal for this time of year. Here, anywhere from 40 to 75 inches of snow, where you see the shades of purple. And looking at some of our 1,000-hour fuels, they have started to dry out across southern and western areas. You can see some values here in the single digits for 1,000-hour fuels in this orange shade, anywhere from around 11 to 15% in yellow shade, but elsewhere further north and east, 1,000-hour fuels are still quite wet, and as you'll see in the upcoming forecast, they will be getting wetter. Satellite imagery, an unseasonably deep trough of low pressure centered over the Colorado-Utah area, continuing to pull up moisture, so showers across eastern Utah to parts of Wyoming today continuing. High pressure ridge pushing into the west coast and into the Pacific Northwest, so drier air again into western areas. Another low here offshore, so continuing that El Nino pattern of an unseasonably strong southern stream storm track paralleling the southwest. So looking at this afternoon's computer model projections, here's that trough of low pressure. Areas in green and dark green indicate where we expect cloudy skies and also precipitation. And in terms of smoke dispersion, ventilation, excellent, where you see the white just about in all areas. And you notice that transport flow more of a northerly direction in most areas. That's parallel with these height lines through here. And transport winds out of the north here. You can see them in these purple shades, anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. Lesser winds further to the east. Vertical mixing, where you see the yellows and oranges at least 4,000 to 6,000 feet above ground level. On Thursday, low pressure really doesn't move too much. It kind of stalls out, actually retrogrades a bit back westwards towards central Nevada. Still lots of moisture and showers where you see the dark green, especially towards the Arizona Strip, parts of central and southern Utah and Nevada. Excellent overall dispersion. You can see the wind flow mainly easterly here. And again, here's the transport winds out of the northeast across parts of Idaho and northern Nevada, coming back across from the southwest from our southern areas. And that's in response to that counterclockwise circulation where that low pressure center is located. Vertical mixing also several thousand feet above ground level continuing. On Friday, that low pressure retrogrades back over towards Los Angeles. And you can see lots of moisture being pulled up across Arizona to southern Utah, southern Nevada. Northern areas stay dry, basically north of I-80. Excellent overall dispersion. Transport winds, again, depends on where you are. Northern areas maintain an east-northeast flow of transport winds, kind of strong here in Nevada. And then lighter and more variable winds as you head further south. Still overall good mixing, except under areas that are getting cooled off by clouds and showers. For Utah, the clearing index, again, orange to red indicates excellent overall dispersion. Bluish shades indicate worse. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can see Wednesday being the best day, decreasing a little bit in some areas Thursday and Friday. And that's mainly due to cloud cover and showers, which tend to cool the surface. But where it's not precipitating, you'll see excellent overall dispersion. Now, the 3-day precipitation totals from Wednesday morning through Friday night indicate some significant amounts across the higher terrain of Utah, higher terrain of southern Nevada, and down into the Arizona Strip. Also parts of Wyoming, but lesser amounts as you head further north and west. Further down the road, Saturday, there's that low pressure area that started out here in Colorado, moved into Nevada, moved towards LA, and it just kind of sits there and meanders, still pushing moisture into our southern areas. Excellent overall dispersion, wind flow mainly easterly. That low is still with us as we go into Sunday, pushing moisture back up into our southern areas. Again, similar story on Monday. That low kind of tracks back across Arizona. So a lot of our areas from the Arizona Strip and southern Utah into parts of southern Nevada may not see much sun over the next 5 to 7 days. And again, this is Tuesday. Just as that low starts to fall apart, we have another unseasonably strong trough of low pressure moving onshore into California and southern Oregon. More significant precipitation and southwest winds. You can see those southwest winds picking up through here across Nevada, but still excellent dispersion in all areas. Precipitation accumulation, days 4 and 5. This is basically Saturday night through Monday night. You can see confined to our southern areas. Precipitation from Monday night through Wednesday night. Again, spotty, but still across parts of central Nevada, the higher terrain of Utah again. Now, if we add all this up, a pretty wet upcoming week, the next 7 days, especially across the southern half of the geographic area. Northern areas just seeing light precipitation so far. So a lot of our wetter areas that we're concerned with grass growth across the Arizona Strip, southern Utah, southern Nevada, are going to get more rain on that grass. So it reduces any immediate danger of fire because of the moistness. But once we get a little bit later on into the summer season, it should be a very, very healthy grass and brush crop down south. That's something we're looking at very carefully. A bit further down the road, 8 to 14 day outlook, May 15th to the 21st. Still a much cooler than normal signal across the area, especially the southern area. And this we haven't seen so much. Not only is it wetter than normal probabilities across the entire geographic area, and more so as you head further south, but this darker rain, especially this new green shade here, is something we rarely see in our outlooks. This is a very high probability of wetness continuing from the Arizona Strip, southern and central Utah, down to parts of southern Nevada. So we're going to continue to see more wetness in those areas. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.